Hi guys. So on your Thursday's learning calendar, it says page 11, observe a worm. And so when I flipped to page 11 in our book, because remember I had to number the pages to figure out what was happening. Observe a worm. You observe by using your senses to describe something. Choose a worm and observe it using your senses. Write a paragraph with a detailed description of the worm using your observations. So, what I did is, I'll show you. Can you see? It's kind of wonky. So I dumped out my thing, my mini worm farm, and I'm just kind of looking for the worms, and I don't know where they are. Have you found yours yet? I know. Oh, there's one or two. I see some. Here's some little ones attached. I wonder if they're happy or unhappy. That looks unhappy. They look pretty dry. This is pretty dry. So if you feel like yours is pretty dry, moisten it up, because remember, worms like really moist places. Okay. All right. So, well, there's the one little wiggler. He's not real happy. So, hi Clara, I'm videoing this morning. Okay, here's another one. Do you see how I'm just picking up little bits of paper and putting it back in? I'm just putting it back in my container as I'm looking for the worms. I know the red wigglers are kind of tiny. They're not great big like night crawlers outside. Also, oh, don't let Murphy out. He'll go nuts. Also, some people actually take all the food and they grind it in the blender or the magic bullet, and then that way the worms can eat it faster, because you know they love decomposing food. And so if you put in a bunch of fresh, then they don't have anything that's decomposing. I promise I gave you guys worms. I promise I did. Oh, and remember the one thing you can do too. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So if you scoop it all up in the sunshine or in the light, they don't like light, so they'll go to the bottom. So if you're trying to find your worm, scoop it all up like this in a little soft pile, and then they'll start going to the bottom. I'm definitely gonna wet my my little worm bin. Even my banana is getting kind of dry, and that shouldn't be. It should be kind of slimy. So, all right, worms, where are you? See, it'll take you a couple minutes to find your worms. Oh, here's one. Here's one I can observe. Actually, two together. Here's another one. See how little? I know. Sorry, guys, but maybe yours will grow big. Maybe you'll have just the right kind of food. There's another one. Mine are kind of yellow. I wonder why. And here's a couple more. I just grabbed a random box of someone's who didn't pick up their worms. A couple kids chose not to. So I guess you're going to have to find one outside to do this job. But the outside worms, I think you heard, or maybe not, maybe I just read about it, The outside worms are not good for composting. They're good for digging in the soil. Okay, so here's some worms. So observe some worms. The first question says, what do you see? I see actually some kind of dry worms that I think might die if I don't hurry up and give them some moisture. But you know what, as they move, can you see their setae, their segments? Can you see their rings? I can, even with my old eyes. Okay, what do you see with your worms? You might have one with that clump on it. Can't take it. Can't take it. They needed some water. Okay, I'm just going to push a little bit of water over that way for them. You guys are the best. You put up with the weirdest stuff. All right. So the next question is, what do you feel? Well, at first I felt them a little bit dry and slow, so I added a little bit of water. I'm not going to drown them. See how I'm just pushing a little bit of water over to them? They were kind of sticky, but they shouldn't be sticky. Okay. Oh, they're moving a little bit more now that they've had a little drink of water. So great. What do you hear and smell? Well, the cool thing that you guys are going to notice is you're not going to smell the garbage. For some reason, it hardly smells. And I think it's because you're not supposed to put any meat scraps or any dairy, because that gets really stinky. But when the fruits and vegetables get moldy, the worms love the mold on it. So anyways, look, there's one trying to get away. It's like, I need to get to the dark side. All right. So go ahead and check out, find your worms. Check them out. I noticed that mine are kind of spotted. They're kind of even though they're called red wigglers, they're actually kind of tan, and then you can see the little dirts in their body. It's kind of cool. They're kind of spotted because that's like the coffee grounds and the dirt that goes through their bodies. Okay, loves, that's your job today. Page 11. Good luck checking out your worms. Make sure that they're not too dry. If this shredded paper is dry, we need to get some more moisture in there. I think that's why the thing said to put rocks in the bottom, but the worms will climb up on your brown paper if you get too much water. See how I have some water in the bottom there? Can you see that? Yeah, I think it's okay. I think they're not going to drown. I could be wrong, but they'll climb up out of it and into the paper if there's a place for them to be dry. So let them have a place they can choose. All right. See you soon.